Hi everyone, I thought I would do a quick Benji update because we've had a lot of exciting things this week. So Benji is now, how old are you? 12 weeks old? And he's now finished with his puppy class. With the vets, I've got him on a puppy pack, which included, it was meant to be 3 puppy sessions, but he ended up having 5 because some weeks he was a little bit hopeless. But he's now had those, and we've booked him on training as well because I think that would be good for him, especially for his recall. Sometimes he's really, really good, and other times he's not quite so good when he's distracted. But he's had a very exciting week. He's been on his first 2 proper walks. We went to the woods and he had a really, really lovely time. Although we did find out that he is terrified of water, which is interesting. He refused to go in the stream, and then when he did accidentally jump in, he looked at me really worried and then sort of ran out, and then he went all silly and started bouncing round. Look, water! What's that? Come on! Good boy! Look, should we cross over here? Come on! Come on! Good boy! Good boy! Come on then! What is it? He doesn't like that sign. What is it? Come on, the sign's not going to hurt you. Good boy. Look, we conquered the sign. Go us! He didn't like the sign. Benji is much fitter than me. Good boy. Good boy. You're so clever. You're so clever.
Sit. Stay. Dad, sit. Sit. Sit, stay.
Sort of. You did have some water in there. What happened? That's a terrible bit. Come on! Come on! Good boy! Where are you going? You need to stay with me. You do. You need to stay with me forever. Oh, go! No, you're going to need to come round. Round. Good boy. Is that poo? Has he got poo? Benji, put it down. Ew. Benji, come on. Beef poo. That's nice. Lovely wet dog. Look, a disgusting dog. What's this look? Look, Benji's water. What's that? tiny little legs.
Sit.
It's quite a lot today, yeah. I'm tired. So he also got to meet some proper big dogs, because in puppy class he's quite good with small dogs. Because of puppy class he's met lots and lots of little dogs and puppies, so he's good with small dogs, but with big dogs he's absolutely terrified. He looks, I don't know, he sort of bounds towards them and barks. He's found his voice now, so we've got quite a lot of barking at the moment while he's practicing his bark. But he sort of barks and then runs up to them, and then when they come and say hello, he runs away and rolls on his back. He'll hide behind me and cry to be picked up. So we've also been introducing him to Sheldon. I think it's really good for him to sort of be around the other pets from a young age, just so he knows, because I think if we sort of kept the other pets from him, if he ever saw them and had an opportunity, I think then he would probably try and play with them, and it would not end well for the other pets. So I think introducing them from a young age is really important. So he was very carefully monitored in his introduction to Sheldon. He did also see the guinea pigs when they went out on the grass the other day, but that didn't go quite so well because he wanted to play with them and was sort of bouncing around, and obviously they're prey animals and they were terrified. So that didn't go so well, did it? But we'll try and I think I'll ask my vet the best way to introduce him to them in a safe way, which isn't going to stress out the guinea pigs, but is going to get him used to the idea of not eating them. Isn't that right? He's quite good with the rabbit, because Heidi is probably about the same size as him, so he's quite good at not trying to play with her or eat her, which is good. So it's just the guinea pigs, but with Sheldon it's much easier to monitor because she's not really that bothered. So she just toddles along and we just sort of, you know, keep them separate but let them both be on the ground. But then anytime he went anywhere near her, I'd sort of protect her and just say no. And then he sort of learnt quite quickly with her that it was not acceptable to be trying to eat her, that she wasn't a chew toy. Benji! Benji! Come on! Come say hello! So we've also learnt that Benji is a bit of a kleptomaniac. Oh, and he likes to roll in things, which is why he had his first bath, which he didn't particularly enjoy. But Benji is a bit of a kleptomaniac. He, while I was cleaning out the guinea pigs earlier, he would come in and take one of their toys, because when I clean them out I take all their things out of the cage and put them on the floor. So he would come in and take a toy and take it back to his bed, and then come back in, take another toy, and altogether he ended up stealing 6 of the guinea pig's toys before I actually noticed. So that was quite funny. He was sat in his bed with a very guilty look on his face, surrounded by guinea pig toys. So his toilet training is going really, really well. He's very good. Whenever he's gone. So whenever he wakes up from a nap or finishes playing or anything like that in the mornings before we go to bed, I'll always take him outside to see if he needs to go. Like this. Thanks for the demo, Benji. Lovely. Thanks. But I'll always take him outside and see if he needs to go. And when he does, I'll just praise him loads, give him a treat, and he's been really, really good. He likes finding these little hiding places in the garden. Don't you? He keeps disappearing and scaring me. But yeah, he's been really, really good. The only accidents he has inside is obviously when we don't let him out in time, really. He tries really hard. It's just sort of sometimes we don't catch it early enough because he isn't very good at telling us when he needs to go. We just sort of take him out and then he goes then. So he hasn't worked out a way of telling us that he needs to go. But that's not his fault. That's just when we don't catch it early enough. So he's actually really good at walking off lead. He's not so good at walking on his lead. We have sort of got him used to the harness a little bit, but when he's on his harness on the lead, he stops and smells every single leaf or flower or bit of grass. He literally stops every 3 seconds. But the moment we let him off our lead, the moment we let him off his lead, oh, he's practicing his bark at nothing. But the moment we let him off his lead, like when we went for a walk, we would just sort of carry on walking, and then if he got too far behind, call him, and then he would run and catch up. And he was a lot better at walking when he wasn't on our lead, when he wasn't on his lead. He does stay really close, and he is very good, which is amazing. Obviously you can't do that in every situation, but the woods that we go to has sort of a really good dog policy, and dogs are allowed to go off their lead, and it was really good because he came into contact with bikes and horses and loads of things, which was really good for him. So that's pretty much where we are with this little man. We're sort of trying every day to introduce him to new things, just so he doesn't become sort of fear aggressive. We want him to be really well socialised so that he's good with people and children and dogs and every sort of situation that we could put him in. And so that's pretty much where we're at the moment. The only thing he is scared of at the moment is sort of big dogs. He's not very good with cars at the moment, so we are picking him up every time a car comes near, just because I'm terrified of him getting squished. And the other thing we found out he's scared of today is his food bowl. But if you've seen the puppy haul that I did for him, you'll know that I bought him a sort of metal food bowl, and he's now big enough that he can actually eat out of it. But he is terrified of it. We tried giving it to him earlier and he was just really scared of it for some reason. I don't know whether it smells funny or it's the reflection, but he did not like it. Doesn't like it. Should we lure you in with some chicken? Good boy. Put some chicken in your bowl. Come on, look. There's chicken in there. There's chicken in there. No, it's in your bowl, look. It's in your bowl. Look. Benji. Benji. Dun, dun. He has also learnt some tricks, which I'll try and show you now, but I don't have any treats on me, so I don't know how well it will go. Benji! Benji! Sit! Good boy! Up! Up! Clever dog. And circle! Circle! Good boy! Good boy! I don't know if you could see that very well. Trying to film and get a dog to do tricks is not all that easy, so I might have to have someone film it for me. But that's where we're at the moment. So this is Benji, aged 12 weeks, and he is so much bigger, is so much fluffier. He's getting a little bit hot because it's been such nice weather, which is really, really unusual for the UK. So we might have to look at clipping him soon. But here he is, here's our little update. Good boy. You gonna say bye? Benji. You say bye with your butt. Thanks. Say bye.